Well, hello there, my beautiful, fearless ones. So we're trying something different with the light. Please let me know what you think of today's video. We're trying something different with the lighting to try and improve things. I am going to be hopefully getting some new lighting soon. Let me know what you think. We're trying to improve things over here. But yeah, let me know what you think. First of all, but we're continuing the Minecraft theme, and today is, I thought it was my son's favorite. At one point it was his favorite. So today's mob is the Minecraft Wither. So, let me know what you think of the Wither, if you've heard of it. If you are a fan of Minecraft, please be gentle, on your critique. I don't want to say I'm not a fan of Minecraft. I am. I think it's cool. But my son is the big fan. He plays it, loves it, all that stuff. I know a little bit about it, but I don't really play it. I don't know too much about it. So yeah, we're doing this in honor of the Minecraft movie that came out in May, and because my kid is just a huge fan, and I think some of the mobs are very cool from a creative standpoint. So let's go ahead and get started and hope that it looks good. this is our finished look. So my inspiration was the Minecraft Wither. I think I said that in the beginning. I hope I said that in the beginning. So like I said, I keep wanting to say I'm not a fan of Minecraft. That's not true. I am a fan of Minecraft. I'm just not an active player of Minecraft. I'm not a player at all of Minecraft. I don't know much about Minecraft. I'm not an active user of Minecraft. So I'm not somebody who's super up on all the Minecraft, the new things, the updates, all of that good stuff. I hear about all of that stuff. I hear about the new stuff in the game. I hear about, you know, the different things and all that stuff. My son has liked it for a long time. Very long time. Which I'm not complaining. I have to say, for him to be obsessed with the game, Minecraft is a pretty fun thing for him to be obsessed with. It's, you know, I would choose that because it's pretty creative. It's very colorful. It's pretty mild. Like it's not super bad. It's not super like bloody or gory. It's not super, it's not as bad as like other games that he could be, you know, a big fan of. So there's that. And plus I feel like there's endless amounts of things that you can do with Minecraft, and it allows your creativity to really flow, and you can kind of do your own thing. You can, you know, they used to have story mode. I recently learned that they got rid of story mode, which is interesting to me, but anyway, maybe you've heard of the game Minecraft, maybe you haven't. There was a movie based on the game that came out in May, starring Jack Black and Jason Momoa, who was just anyway, I've heard mixed things about the movie. I really have. So let me know if you saw the movie, what you thought, what you didn't think. Please don't spoil the movie in the comments. Please don't spoil like plot lines, things like that. But let me know if you saw the movie, what you thought of it, because I have heard mixed things. We haven't seen it yet. We kept meaning to go, and then by the time we were like, okay, seriously, we're gonna go, it wasn't in our local theater anymore. So we're waiting for it to hit streaming, which hopefully will happen, I think, on June 20th, which is in like a week or so. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. If you are a fan of Minecraft, please be gentle with these looks, because I'm a makeup enthusiast, and I really like being creative with makeup looks, but I'm not an artist outside of makeup, and I'm not a makeup artist. I try, and you know, I don't have the fanciest tools, and I don't have the best skills. I do try, but you know, I'm not the best artist when it comes to pen and paper or anything like that. So, you know, when it comes to a flat surface, let alone a curved domature. So yes, please be gentle in the comments. But I will say, with these looks, I do have my son, who is a big fan of Minecraft. I don't want to say I gave him creative control, but I did give him, you know, I kind of came up with the look ideas, and then I ran it by him, and I said, this was my idea. How can I improve it? What do you think? You know, what would you change? What would you adjust? Like, I have him checking me throughout the process to make sure everything looks good and everything looks as, I don't want to say as close to, you know, the real thing, because it's not supposed to look, you know, it's not supposed to look like the thing it's inspired by. So it's, you know, it could be like just the colors of it, but I have my son who is a big fan of Minecraft. I do have him kind of overseeing me and checking me to make sure that it follows it. It goes along with it. So if you disagree with his guidance and all that, you can put that in the comments too. He and I don't care. Okay. We're not going to take offense to that. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So just let me know what you think in the comments below. I will, as always, include a full list of everything I used for this look in the description box below, as well as a couple products may have some opinions on them, because although I will include everything I used for this look, most products that I will use, I do recommend, but there are some products that I use because I don't have anything else that will do the job, but that does not mean that I recommend them. And with this look, there's one particular product that I use that I don't recommend. It's just that there's not a lot that I have in that arena, so that's kind of what I get stuck using. So anyway, don't forget to go follow me over on the Instagram. Like this video if you like this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring that bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a new video, because you never know what kind of content is going to pop up over here on this channel. I thank y'all so much for watching. I love y'all very, very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!